October 1st, 1881. Abraham O. Smoot, president of the Utah Valley Stake, proposed that a new tabernacle be erected in Provo to replace the much smaller one already in place. Well, William H. Folsom, an architect for the church, was called upon to draw up the plans. Folsom would later say the plan for the tabernacle was revealed to him in a vision. And when he drew it up, it was an architectural masterpiece. Yet, the building would not be completed until April of 1898, and then it was dedicated by President George Q. Cannon. The grand building would become a community and church institution for the next 130 years. Many fond memories endeared that old building to the citizens of Provo and beyond. And then, if you remember, December 17th, 2010, a 4-alarm fire consumed the old structure, destroying the interior and collapsing the roof. The venerable old building was a total loss. It was a devastating blow to many, and there began immediately to be talk of restoring the building. Could it be done? Was it even possible? All that remained, and I still remember seeing it, all that remained were seemingly defiant brick outer walls standing high. And no one was entirely sure how stable those brick walls were. Well, for months, experts of all kinds crawled all through the structure and around the ruins and the wreckage, examining the old structure. Evidently, Folsom's original plans couldn't be found, so new drawings were created. Many questions followed that old ruined relic through the winter and spring of 2011. Then, April 1st, 2011, the opening session of General Conference, President Thomas S. Monson stood up and announced, quote, "Late last year, the Provo Tabernacle in Utah County was seriously damaged by a terrible fire. This wonderful building, much beloved by generations of Latter-day Saints, was left with only the exterior walls standing. After careful study, we have decided to rebuild it with full preservation and restoration of the exterior to become the second temple of the church in the city of Provo. The existing Provo temple is one of the busiest in the church, and a second temple there will accommodate the increasing numbers of faithful church members who are attending the temple from Provo and the surrounding communities." End of quote. Reportedly, there was an audible gasp in the conference center. By that afternoon, according to witnesses, thousands of people had turned out into the streets of Provo, Center Street, to rejoice and celebrate the new temple. Like a resurrection, the old tabernacle would rise from the ashes into something even more grand and glorious than it had been before. May 12th, 2012 was the groundbreaking ceremony. The site was dedicated by Elder Jeffrey R. Holland of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, who said himself how giddy he was. And then construction began. The construction process was unlike anything any passerby in Provo had ever seen before. The remains were buttressed, supported, and then raised up on steel pilings. It would have been, and I saw it, it was an astounding sight to see a 7 million pound multi-story brick structure raised 40 feet up into the air. As you drove by, it looked like it was floating. Can you imagine working under that? Well, the reconstruction was miraculous. Some said it couldn't be done. Yet with faith, they went forth to restore an old, charred ruin of a building, not even square, and transform it into the glory and perfection of a house of the Lord. And it was accomplished. It was accomplished. On March 20th, 2016, the Provo City Center Temple was dedicated. And I am a witness. It is absolutely stunning and beautiful within and without. Now, just one more thing. Maybe this story only has meaning to me. I don't know. As I said, in the aftermath of the fire, experts combed through the rubble. Everything inside was destroyed, or at least virtually everything was consumed by the fire. Yet, they discovered a painting that baffled everyone. The painting was Harry Anderson's painting of the second coming of Christ. While most of the painting was blackened by the fire, in the very center, showing the image of Christ descending with arms outstretched, that is clear, undamaged, and vivid against the smoked, blackened world of the painting. Isaiah once declared that the Messiah would come and would give us beauty for ashes. Isaiah 61:3. So he has, and so he will do again. Like an ancient type and shadow, just as that old building of the Provo Tabernacle was raised from the ashes and ruin and made glorious, so too will the Lord do with us and with this earth. He will lift us by His matchless love and power from whatever we were here to perfection, glory, and His heavenly presence.